So again, thank you so much for coming. Today is January 24th, 2026, our first January general meeting. So we're going to go through a little bit of just the agenda quick so we can discuss what we are planning for this year. But it's just going to be very brief because we're going to get more information on the next meetings. And then we're going to ask people to commit and join different groups so we can divide and conquer, because there's a lot of stuff that we need to do, a lot of ambitions, and a lot of projects are coming. Some of them are similar too, but some of them we're trying to expand and streamline what we can do, so that it depends on how many people are going to join in which group. So right now we probably have like 15 projects which we need to narrow down probably for like 5 so we can do them well. Okay. And, so as I said, we're going to continue sharing the information. We are sending a lot of information around to see which corporations are going to work with us, which institutions are going to work with us, which hospitals are going to work with us, and then we try to focus on fewer but effective in those areas. With that, let me start by... There is Miss Marlene. Welcome, Miss Marlene. Okay, so again, January 24th, Happy New Year's to everybody, and thank you again for coming. And we're gonna try to get this meeting as quick as we can. Okay, I was just testing the first slide. Okay, so we are planning to discuss about the members' recruitment and commitment, year contribution. I know for the leadership, we already discussed that, and then for the general members, we encourage people to join because that's the only one way we can help us to pay those ongoing expenses for the organization, like paying for this Zoom, and be able to have effective communication. We are going to have a medical mission this year, September 11th to the 6th. I think September disappeared there. And so we need leaders from each project, so we see what we can. And as I said, we're trying to come from 15 different projects to probably only 5, so we can be effectively focusing on area, and then we do a lot of stuff in those days. We are going to continue doing online training, so I'm going to ask people who are able to do those things. We can communicate outside and then have those training are going to be only 1 hour. Sometimes they're going to be on Thursday, sometimes it's going to be on Saturday. It depends on the speakers where they're available, and then if we can get people from Tanzania to participate. We do have a few fundraising events, and we're going to ask people who have ideas, things that that is working, so we can try to raise money as much as we can, and then also help the people who are going for the medical mission, because remember, the medical mission people are paying 100% out of pocket. Also on top of that, giving their expertise and also sharing their time. So we do need, if we can able to reduce some of the expenses, especially for the logistics side, it will be very, very helpful. So when they're going in there, they're trying to actually focus on what they need to do versus worry about the expenses. So we have a lot of things planned ahead and I'm going to need your help, people who have helped before. Even if you're not going to the medical mission, you can just help with raising fund and support that way. And we're definitely going to acknowledge that. We have few community projects. We're going to continue with cross ministry as normal, and then church engagement. We did 3 churches last year, so we're going to try to do the same, because the churches have been the biggest supporters of this organization. So we're going to continue with that. CPR training. This I'm talking about community CPR, not the official that you get a certificate. This is community, to try and help our community to identify early issues, so we can go and train this in the communities. Usually it takes like only 2 hours. So I do need some volunteers to come and help us. 2 hours on the day, that is identify, and then we can go and train them people, especially in Florida here, is like the heat stroke and all the stuff, things that they can do to prevent that. But while they are waiting to call for the 911 or EMT or something like that, we can help them to identify those 2-3 minutes before the help arrive. What can they do to stay alive or to get them increase survivability of their life. And then we have scheduled meetings like today, and I already posted that in the group. So remember, just every month we're going to have a general meeting to give you guys an update. If there's something that is going on, we share in the group. And then, of course, when we're doing the medical mission planning and recruitment and process, then you see a lot of information comes through that way. So stay in input. I know sometimes people say, oh, it's too many notification. You can mute the notification, that's fine, but just keep checking back so to know if there's something that you can help us, that would be great. Baskets for donation. So last year, on the gala, we had so many baskets, and we do need to ask more baskets, because those baskets help us to raise a lot of money that we did not have, which if you were able to see last month's update, it was a great, almost like $3,000 raised just from the donation of the basket. So that was a very good thing, and we're hoping we can continue. Hopefully everybody who donated last year can continue also this year, and then we'll be able to raise more money. And then, of course, our theme, we're going to continue with the same theme for this year's Gala, Enchanted Safari theme for the 6th year. And then the location is the same, and the date is 12/12/2026 from 6 to 11. We have already spoken to the embassy, and I'm going to give you a few updates as soon as we get to that slide. And then the budget and logistic, that's the same thing. That's why we are trying to recruit a lot of members, so we'll be able to kind of like reduce those expenses, and then of course facilitate those projects that we want and make sure they make it more impactful and effective for the community. Okay, so for members, yes, we do encourage people to contribute annually. The leaders, executive leaders, board members, they're $150 for the year, and then for the general members, it's $75 for the members, and then for students, active students, is $50. And then so usually when you commit or you go to that website, that link, it is going to tell you what, as a member, what you get or what your rights are and what benefits you have. We hope you will join us to do that. And then so for the, I'm going to move my picture there. So for the medical mission is September 11th. We're going to Tanzania again and Dar es Salaam. People who have done medical mission before, we used to go to Dodoma, which is in the center of the, in the capital of the country. But now we're going to Dar es Salaam, which is the one of the coast is the city there. The dates we used to, we thought we were going to do in July, but the July turned out to be very expensive for the ticket, almost like $2,000 a ticket. That was just even before we book. So that's a lot of the money. And then because it's the high season over there. And then so usually September's we get between 1,500 to 1,600. Previous, like when we did the 2021, we got like 900. Those were the cheapest because of the COVID, of course. People were not traveling, so it was cheaper then. But now still, it's probably 1,500, 1,600. We're trying to keep that as much as we can for the flights, and then and try to also find sponsors and stuff for the on the other side of the country to try and help us minimize the logistic amount of the donation. We don't want to exceed what we had last year, 2024. As I said, the members of Global Volunteers are spending so much money, and we really need to find ways to support them so they're willing to go and help so we can lessen the expenses. So we're going to still continue working on that now. Yes, so usually for the medical mission, flights, visa, travel, medication is always cost to up to $1,700. So the travel, as I said, $1,200, $1,500, $1,300. Visa is always $100, but we're going to find out this year because there's so many changes in visa, issues and stuff. But as far as I know, it's still $100, but we're going to find out when we start sending the application to get information about the visa. Travel medication usually varies with your insurance and how your doctor is going to order them. So it might be changes, but it should not be more than $100 or something like that. It's always less than that. We're going to give you a script what to take to your doctors. And then so we always say $250 and non-refundable registration spot. So as soon as you declare you want to go, usually I have to lock in places, location, and transportation and stuff in Tanzania. So that money is gone if you decided to change your mind later on, which I know sometimes things happen, you get sick or whatever. I understand that part. But the 250, I can't give you back because I have to already pay and I don't have anything. But if you pay and then you go to pay for the logistic, that $250 is included in that logistic part for Tanzania. So you're not going to see the difference if we are going The only thing you see the difference is if you change your mind later and you want your refund. So then if we have not done the accommodation, logistic and stuff by then, paying the deposit, then that's the part we're just going to deduct. But I mean, that one usually is going to be individualized. We're going to explain and stuff on the side. So for the logistic amount we've been doing so far for the last 5 years, it's been $1,560 up to 2024. So we know some expenses have gone up, fees on the tourist areas have gone up. So now I'm suspecting it's going to be around 1,700. But remember, this can change a little bit once I started putting the down payment and start locking the location and stuff, because those things fluctuate. But I'm hoping it's not too much from the 2024 to 2026. As I said, that's the amount of $1,700. That's the amount I'm trying to work on with different corporations to try and minimize that so people don't have to pay more than that. Or if we are able to, we can do less than that. So that is my goal, to make sure that we don't want to pay too much. I want people to be able to go there, work, and then tour Tanzania, but also don't have to be like broke after that. So that's no good. Usually we ask people who are going to the medical mission to join the group so they can see all the updates, because I don't want anybody to miss anything else. If people are asking questions so everybody can learn from it, versus me talking to individual 20, 30 people, it's hard because I'm going to forget some of the stuff and then people need that information. So usually people have described the mission as self-enrichment family extension. It'd be like you gain and you start knowing more people, a lot of things that is happening that time. And then of course, people get chance to do shopping and bring real souvenir to America. So when you want to do that, I am going to post the link to the either group or the website, and people can start registering that you're going. There's more information in there. So, or let me know, then I can give you the information like that. So this is just an overview. Annual training. We are thinking of having a training on stroke, clinical management, GI, and high spinal, and then management of, oh, I still keep getting vested. It's supposed to be vented patient, not vested, and troubleshooting. We're going to talk about the CPR. We're going to talk about endometriosis. So this is for the schoolgirls, and then obstetric emergencies. So I'm going to need people who are experienced or expertise on those areas, please. Or if you have experienced those areas and you want to share your story to try and make it more real for everybody else, please come and let me know. For fundraising, we are going to do, again, the double good fundraising. I need volunteers who can run those ones. Last year, we did only twice, I think. So now we need to do a little bit more if we get different people to do. So if we get 3 or 4 people who can do different times and they run that program, that would be great. And we can raise funds as much as we can. That would be great. I know people are doing some Amazon event. Yes, like right now, Isabella is raising money for the pads, which is good. We can still continue doing that, but some people have different options, either using Temu and something like that. That's okay. We can still use that to raise funds, different projects. We're going to continue talking about that part. Corporate sponsors, as I said, for this past year, churches have helped us, supported even the gala. We're going to try to find time to go and work with churches, help them with community CPR, all those children doing the, like height and weight screening, house screening. We can do those things. We also encourage people to do their corporate sponsors. So you don't have to be in an institution or corporate to sponsor us. Even family, people have donated money during the fundraiser. So from the gala, to try and raise money to help support the gala. So yes, we will acknowledge your name. And some people wants to be anonymous. That's fine. We will put spot for anonymous, so you know your name is there, even if you don't want actually people know your name. It's okay. We will appreciate and continue praying for you. Networking and collaboration, we are trying to expand these areas so we can get more people to come and join us and actually do things. Restaurant fundraising, we did this in 2024. We were not able to do 2025. So if you know that the restaurant can help us, please let us know so we'll be able to work with with you and give you the information that you need to provide. We do have tax exempt. If that restaurant is in Florida, then also we have Florida tax exempt. So we have two of them, so which we can do. And then all the money that we are raising, or the percentage that they allotted for the fundraising, we get all of it without being deducted for the taxes. And then, of course, social media. So anytime somebody posts something in a group and you feel that it can be beneficial to post on your own social media platform, please do. And then tag the QHSC links. That's fine. If you want to tag me, that's okay. Let me know, and then we give you the links so that you'll be able to tag it and increase our exposure. CPR, that's what I was talking about, the CPR training. We do have a CPR training for the staff for cross ministry in the month of February. We're waiting for the date. It's between, I think, the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, one of those days when they let us know. It's going to be in the evening at 5. And then so we will let you know. So we do need more people to come with us. I know right now I have only 2 people who are going. So if you are willing, please let me know. Once we confirm the date, probably within by Monday or so, then I will let you know. We did go on Thursday to cross ministry, and we were able to bag almost 200 plus bags. So this is the food that is going to go to those shelters to help our Palm Beach County people. So if you are able to volunteer, please join us. We do every 4th Thursday of each month. So there's a lot of days. You can see it when you log into this link. There's dates that you can select any day that you want. There's no limit, and then we can go with that. And then, of course, as I said, we're going to try to make a connection with the churches to go and help them with the community CPR. That's fine. We used to do school bash health screening and in the community. So if you have connection with the county or something that we can do, and you let us know ahead of time, so we'll be able to go and do, please let us know, and that will be able to help our communities here too. This is the meeting. I mean, so the link now, we're going to do this a little bit different. That's why I wasn't sure if it's going to have any issue this month. The link for the general meeting is going to be the same link for the whole year. The only thing that we're going to posting with the date on the side, so you know that, okay, when is the next meeting. So sometimes people say, oh, I didn't have the link for this month. No, the link is going to be exactly the same. It doesn't have a date because it's just a standing meeting. So we can have that. That's why it's going to be sent with that list of the dates. So you know, always is, we try to do the 2nd or the 3rd Saturday of each month, but sometimes there's issue, there's a holiday, so we have to move it. And we try to remind in the group the date so you see it, but it's going to always come with the list of the dates, so you don't have to worry about it. So once you save it, sometimes people say, oh, if I download and save it or pin it, then I have to do that every month. I said, no, this is the link that Zoom updated so many things. Now you can have only one link that you just keep reusing the same link over and over and over, so you don't have to worry about it. So even if people are like, okay, 2 months, they've missed the meeting, but they want to join it one day, they can still use the same link without worried about it. Some people use the meeting ID. That's fine. If they do it on their phone, that's fine. Just copy the meeting ID, and then you should be able to attend the meeting. For the leadership meeting, the same thing. You guys know it's quarterly meeting, so we already done, and then it's going to be reminded. The same thing. We're using the same link for leadership meeting. So if you copy and save it, sure, you don't have to keep changing. Like, okay, when is the meeting? When is the link? When is the link? But the link is going to be the same for the whole year. Okay, so thanking the sponsor for last year. Yes, we thank them during the gala. We did share in our website and our social medias. So they did a great job of supporting us. I know some of them did not want to give us the actual amount they donated towards the thing, but they gave us their services. So we appreciate. And then we continue doing, we're hoping then they continue helping us this year too. These are the basket that I was saying we had last year. We had almost 17 or something. So that was a lot, and it was great. So we want also people to continue giving us those basket also this year. So if you know that there's somebody who is willing to give us the basket, or if you want to add another country, that's fine. Even for the US, people, yes, or you have the specific state, please go for it. And then we want to so many baskets so that we can raise as much money as we can. So everybody who is coming to the gala, if they can bid on one of the baskets, that's fine. So that will help us to raise more money. So please do. We accept all of them. As long as you tell us what is there in there and then what the value of it. So that one usually we have to write down for tax purposes that in-kind donation for maybe for Mexico was, I don't know, $150. In-kind donation for Ethiopian basket, it was, I have to declare those, but then that's why I want you two guys to let me know when you donated that basket. I need to know the amount and what things are in there. So to be able to kind of, nobody's going to start tallying and say, okay, this is how much. Nobody's going to do that. But I need to do that just in case if the audit comes, I can say, this is the donation from this country. These are the items and this is what was included and this is the value of it because I have to declare that. Okay, so for this year now, the gala. So again, we're gonna thank Siobhan for doing an excellent job of creating this enchanted safari. So this is the theme that we're gonna continue using it for the next gala because we do like the name, it does capture what actually we do as a global community. It's almost like we're living in different areas, but we come together as one human being. And of course, the Enchanted Safari, Hub and Harbor Building a Better World is like everywhere you are, we come together and save God's people. And that's why we are doing that part. So again, thank you, Siobhan, for creating this magical step and repeat. And everybody has beautiful pictures and stuff like that. So we thank you for that. And I'm hoping that you guys I'll be able to see the video that we post. Her name is Michelle, the photographer, finally sent the link and she created a little reel. And then my husband also added the music there for their 5th anniversary. So it's only like 2 minutes. So if you can be able to watch that and share, that is just a synopsis of what the gala was. We're going to share more pictures later. So we're trying to find a way that people will be able to log in and actually see the picture and then download their own pictures. We're trying to find ways of doing that, technology nowadays. So once we are able to do it, then we send the link for everybody who went there and they'll be able to download the actual picture that they want because they've already been paid for. And I am going to try to see if this will work. Can you guys see my...
Not yet.
That's what I was after. I think. Oh, are you able to? No. Let me see if I can put this here. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, now I can't make it bigger in here, but...
Happy 5th anniversary.
Okay. So that is just a synopsis of what we can share with people, and hopefully they will be able to see that what we have, and then hopefully they will buy the ticket. So just a little brief before we start advertising it. So in honor to appreciate people who came 2025 gala, our first gala, and come and support us. So the board members have voted that those people who came are going to get the initial rate of a $125 ticket for the gala of 2026. So when we send the link, then they will be able to get that as an appreciation and the discount for them supporting us for the first time. So the early bird ticket will be 135, and then the general ticket will be 150. So we're going to share that information in the link when you click on the 2026 gala flyer. So again, we continue supporting them. Remember, some of them came blindly, did not even know what QHSC is, but just by hearing it, they came and supported us. So we do have to acknowledge and appreciate their contribution and support. And also, of course, continue raising funds so we can support the next event.
Also, don't you said you got at least a different rate for the hotel?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Thank you very much for reminding me. Yes, so December is always a high season because of the holiday and stuff. So when we spoke to them, they said usually they have a different rate for October and November and September. So the rate for that time, group rate is always $189. But the group rate for December is always $199, that's what we had for 2025. So when we spoke to them and we said, if you guys, since we are bringing back the same business guarantee for that day, we wanted people who are coming out of town at least to get some relief on the expenses. So they agreed to give us 189 for the December time, so people can at least have that $10 difference. It does make a difference. I mean, of course, any discount is always good discount. So we are able to do, you can do how many days you have, the same amount is going to be per room, 189, as long as you log in under the QHSC gala. The same thing we did before. Yeah, and this is for anybody, even if they didn't come to the gala last year or they did not reserve room last year. Anybody this year for 2026, we were able to get that discount of $189 per night. So yeah, thank you for reminding me. I almost missed that. But yeah, so good thing. So the embassy suite loved our people who came there because they said they were very peaceful, all dressed up. They've never had that. Sometimes when they have all those big events, sometimes the people misbehave, like wherever involve alcohol and all stuff, people becomes getting excited, too excited. But they said our group came very respectful, everybody dressed up and very happy and, like networking and talking. So they were so happy to have us back. And there's some people, I think Victoria and my brother Gilbert and somebody else, spoke to the manager there. They were singing praise for us, and some of them even recorded their message and posted in a group. So we really, really appreciate them. So we told them if this place is going to be nice to us also, we're going to probably continue using that venue because people did not have any issue with the rooms or the event itself. And so we are going to continue staying with them. Hopefully they will continue to give us more discount. And also remember, when we're doing with them, we're not paying that tax, the $750 tax for the event. That also because we have the Florida tax exempt. So they gave us back. So we kind of like include that as an income raise on during the event. So that's a lot of money, almost $800 for without, it's included for our raise money. So it was good. Okay, and to finish this part, and then you guys hear your communication and discussion, we always just say, Duncan Sean, these different languages. Thank you very much. Wakola White, Asanteni Sana, we have Mercy Book, and muchas gracias, and Karibuni Sana. Okay, so I'm going to stop this screen so people can come to the screen and have the discussion, questions. And I am listening. Any issue, Clement, question?
Hi, it's Katie, not Mark.
I,
Um, the Amazon events, how do you get to that?
so we can repost the link again in group. So Isabella went to the, oh my God, it's echoing again. Isabella went to the Amazon and created almost like a little baby registry, but it was like a fundraising for the organization.
Okay.
And so once she created that, she bring the link to the group and we post in the Facebook. So when you click that link, it will go and show us reusable pads. And then so you can see, okay, this item is like you can buy up to 5 or 6 or 10, whatever. And then the money goes, sorry, the item goes straight to Isabella, and then Isabella lives here in Palm Beach. So then she will give it to me, and then we ship it to Tanzania.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Okay. That sounds awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a question.
Hi, Sister Rukia.
Hi.
Hi.
The online training, you said CPR?
So the online training for CPR is Bree. She's supposed to have the training. This is for also helping the people in Tanzania to do, like give the theory behind and then go and do hands-on when you go to the medical mission. So just give them that. So for Tanzania, it's like also the medical healthcare people over there. But for here, for United States, when you do the community CPR, this will come physically to those locations, like the churches or the health screening. When we went to T. Jefferson, we were doing hands-on community CPR. So those are kind of like two different things, yeah.
Okay. I did have another question. I should have wrote it down. If I remember, I'll come back. I can't remember right now.
Okay, that's fine. Bree?
I don't have a question. When were we planning on doing the online CPR?
I'm waiting a date from you. And then we
Ah.
can organize with people from Tanzania so because they're waiting for it. So for you, I think also Kathy's an instructor too. So to have just a little background of because this time for you guys, it will be for the healthcare workers. So you're actually giving them information. They're not going to get a certificate at the end. They're going to get a certificate of attendance, not certificate to go in, yes. So it's got just a theory, like things that we need to do, worry about, H&Ts and blah, 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 address those things. So when we go to the medical mission, when we did it for Mananyamara and Kiro, we actually do that, but we want them to get the history, the theory behind it, because they did not have that. Remember the next day we have to recreate stuff? Yeah.
That's why I was going to ask you, can I separate? So can I do two different classes, online classes, 2 sessions? I want to do the history and what CPR is for, and then do the dummies.
Yes.
Hands-on after.
Exactly. So you do the theory part and then you do the little, so we're going to do survey question back just so they knowledge assessment and stuff to make sure they're getting it. And then after that, then the second one is going to be the demonstration now. So you demonstrate it online first before we get there. And then when you get there, so then then they can do, at least we can check them off, yes.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have,
anybody else? Yes.
I'm not sure if I heard this early on about getting a brief language, understanding how to speak basic language was supposed to be a training. Is that still in effect or not? When we go out to Tanzania.
Ms. Seo, do you want to answer that?
Yes. I think, yeah, so the first thing was to get Duolingo. I'm not sure if you got that yet. If you could get started with that, or we could get together and do it. If anybody else is interested, we could start, because we would create a little group to just meet and then start practicing and studying. Then if Dr. Gaboni is ever able to join us, but I think we got enough, like I said, with just Duolingo and some other stuff, we could put enough together to at least start learning more of the basics, the alphabet, stuff like that.
How do you spell Duolingo?
It's DUOLINGO.
Okay. That's an app?
Yes. More than
Okay.
harmony.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. That's fair.
And I think that would be
Yeah.
great to include in as we start doing the medical mission registration and recruitment. So to have maybe get everybody get together, you have them in one area like Zoom, discuss and then practice those link, either download or including the Duolingo, show them what exactly they need to do, and then the session just before leaving, like those greetings and stuff, kind of people practice and annunciation and all the stuff like that, and then we go.
Yes.
So at least people will
And that,
have some idea. Yeah.
yeah, because I know there's more than one person, and I'm sorry, Rukia, I must have well, I don't know if we spoke about this before. I know we had like a little Swahili dictionary for children, and I sent it actually to Jackie Norris. Have
Yeah.
if we have another one somewhere, if we find it, I'll send it to you.
Perfect.
Believe it or not, any little bit helps because it's
Every little bit.
it's haba na haba.
Haba na haba. What does that mean? Haba na haba.
Oh,
I
little
just
by little.
Oh, okay. See, I just be repeating what y'all saying and not getting the understanding, and I'm gonna stop doing that.
Oh, it's
No,
okay.
it's a good thing. So it's almost referring like, okay, whatever a little person. I mean, if each person does a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
together we're gonna do big stuff. So that's why you say the haba na haba, small but small, and then building a better world. So our little collective little things, we'll be able to do bigger
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's always a good thing to say haba na haba.
Yes, it is.
That's always a good response. If you're
Yes.
if you're not feeling good, haba na haba.
Exactly. A
If
little bit at a
you're
time.
gonna
A little
try
bit at a time.
tomorrow, haba na haba, little by little. It's a good thing. I'll remember that. That's a good thing. I'll use that too. I like
Okay.
that one.
Hi,
Mhm.
Kathy.
Hi there. How
How
are
are
you?
I'm good. Happy New Year.
Good. Happy New Year to you. I had a little trouble signing on and I missed the very beginning. At I you were talking about the mission when I first got in. Was that the beginning of the of what you
Yes.
talked about? And I know
Yes.
this is recorded, so I'll go back to that. But I was going to ask about the mission and the cost to us. And did you ever find anything, any help with that? You were looking for some grants or things like that.
Not
Um,
yet. Not yet. We're still working on it. We're still working on it. Not yet.
okay, and the fundraiser, excuse me, the fundraising you're talking about when you were talking about the mission, was that for fundraising to help the cost of it, or the fundraising to just to do what we're going to do over there?
So there's two ways now. So we always do just fundraising to get a surprise and so we can take with us. But also this year we want to be able to do another fundraise. On top of those, another fundraise to help with the whole group to go
Oh,
and
very nice.
minimize that. Because I mean, as I said, the costs are going higher. We are trying to find a better place to stay because we previous 2 years we stayed in one hotel. It was okay because we are going to volunteer, but now we also our safety also matters. So we need a better place, a cleaner place, and then so where we can go and work. It's gonna cost money, so that's what we're trying to do. And I don't want the money to go beyond 1,700.
Yeah.
I want to lower it down. I mean, with
Okay.
God's years, if we can get at least like $1,000 for a volunteer to pay for logistic, that would be
Right.
my dream. So we're trying to have what is it's going to have one fundraising event. So I'm going to need few people to work with me to be able to get that fundraising, which is going to benefit all the people who are going to volunteer.
Very nice. Very
I
nice.
can't promise it's gonna be less, but at least I know it will never go beyond 1,700 because that's too much.
Okay.
But I need to lower that part down. So we are working with few people, and if somebody have an idea, even if you're not going, you have an idea of the organization or institution that will support global volunteering, please let us know so we can work with them. And as I said, I want to be able to lower the ticket. I don't have much power to that unless people have creative ways of doing it. But at least for the logistic part, I want to be able to lower that eventually to say nothing. People should not pay anything to go there, only pay their ticket and go and work.
Right.
Because
Right.
the hours that you are doing is almost 80 hours. sometimes it's
Yeah.
more to do something kind of like, for me, donated time, because nobody's going to pay you. Only God is going to bless you for that amount. So
Ma'am,
I'm
yep.
trying to make sure that only maybe pay for a ticket, and then the rest is like just go work.
Okay. And then one last question is I have opportunity to get some supplies depending on what is needed and then what is allowed. Do you know, as you know here, we get expiration dates that are kind of ridiculous on some things
Yes,
that we know very well are still good, and we
yes.
end up tossing it. So I have access to some certain medications, not narcotic, but certain medications and certain soft items and dressings and just different things like that. Even as simple as like endotracheal tubes or just that, but they're expired, but they're sealed and you know what I'm saying? So am I allowed to bring that sort of thing if I can find a way to do it?
Yes, so we're gonna talk on the side, because once you talk about the medication, I have to get a permission from the embassy to make sure we are able to. But the
Okay.
other stuff that for supplies that they said expired in America,
Yeah.
it's not expired in somewhere else, as long as it's
Perfect.
like original seal. Yeah, so we usually have the list and we itemize things. For medication, usually I have to get a permission, which we have done before, and we were able
Okay.
to do that. But and also, of course, a lot of healthcare supplies, they say they expired, but there's no liquid, there's nothing. So what exactly is it?
Exactly. It's kind of like a sealed, sterilized endotracheal tube that is not expired. So I'll
Exactly.
talk to you outside of this if
Yes.
you want, but because I have an opportunity to have a significant amount, and so I'm even wondering, do we have opportunity to check with the airlines to see if they would let me check that luggage for free or something? Because I could probably have one big piece of luggage full of stuff.
So usually, great idea. So usually what we do is when we try to work with that airline agency, we try to make sure each ticket have two free check-in bag, which is 50 pound, 50 pound. So one, we let you do your own stuff. And then another one is all the supplies that you're going to be. So it's kind of like a free that way. And then
Right.
the majority of the stuff, if they're collected early on, we're going to start giving you dates that we have to receive it before, let's say, April. So in May, we're going to send it to the vendor to be able to be shipped. So we can have that conversation on the side. So whatever, if you have a bigger stuff, is it easier to send it to me, or is it easier to send it direct to the agency? And yeah, we can communicate on the side. So
Okay. Sounds good.
yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
you're welcome.
And I did that Duolingo app. I did upload that, and
Okay.
it's good. And I love the idea of doing a group with that.
Yeah, always a group will help, because when you hear that people are saying something, it might stick, and then you have a little conversation, even greetings. So we always
Right.
have that. And you see people in Tanzania, as soon as you say something in Swahili that they did not expect you to say, their face changes. They're like, oh my goodness. And then they go, blah, blah, blah. Oh, wait.
Very nice.
Yes, especially the children. I mean, the children is always the light of my life. I always enjoy them. They're very good. They're very good. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been asked if we're gonna do the double goods again.
Yes, I
Well,
was
I'm gonna
asking,
do
yes.
double
Mhm.
goods again. Yes, well, while we are here, I want to ask everyone if they could support with going on and putting it in your community, on your feed or whatever, so that everybody can participate so that we can gain a larger donation.
Yes, and that's
Uh,
why I was saying thank you very much, Sister Rukia. We were talking about the double good to have at least two or three different times. So one of them, I know you always do the newborn, like the blankets and stuff, thermoregulation.
mhm,
And then so another double good can be for the whatever the activity, and then another double good can be just for the fundraising for the logistic for the volunteers,
mhm.
to make sure they get the somewhere nice to sleep and food to eat. So I was hoping three different people will be able to do different times, so we don't exhaust one person. But each time one person share that code, I mean that link, everybody else chip in or spread it or share with everybody else at all. we get a bigger
Right.
return. Because last year, $700 for one event on the popcorn, that was big. It was the biggest, I think, one we had, other than the reusable pad. Because the reusable pad, we had almost $7,000. So I can't even, that one is way off. But for the double good, the popcorn, it was $700. For the individual event, it was very good. So if we can use that, we have maybe in February, another one in April, another one in June. So we have that support. That will be great. And at least one of them will be for helping the logistics.
Okay, so you wanted the first one to be for blankets and stuff for the babies at the hospital?
Yes, because the reason I put that one first is because once we get that supply, we'll be able to ship it with other stuff. Because the
Right.
shipping is end of April to beginning of May, so we get it by September. I mean, end of August. So September, when we are there, we receive the stuff. So things that we need to ship it, the fundraiser needs to be done early. And then for the last one is just a logistic. By then now we are paying for the, like actually reserving food and all the transport and stuff. That one, it can be in June. That's fine, because by then that's when I'm finalizing payment to Tanzania. So that's the time we need to have that extra funds.
Okay.
So I do
Okay.
need, yes, and so you can be the first one in February, that's fine. And then if we were inspired, you can be do the second one too. I don't care, but that's fine with me. But if somebody else also wants to help, so at least we can also touch the other side of the groups, because we don't know the same people everywhere. Everybody knows
Right.
their own group.
That's why I had brought it up, because I was hopeful that, other people would be inspired to join in with that link,
Yes.
because the same people that I went to are the same people I'm going to, and I'd come back to them 2-3 months, every 2 to 3 months. It could become exhausting, and I don't want to wear
Exactly.
people out.
Exactly. No,
So,
agree. 100% agree. And that's so when you
right.
finish when you start working on it and you want to partner with somebody, this is the time, guys. If you can work with Rukia, still, my husband is going to help also with navigating and the logistics stuff in the account. But if we get to 2 or 3 people jump in with your sister Rukia and then do that way, so we have almost 3 different groups working in one with one fundraising. Yes, I agree with Sister Rukia. We need more money in that group amount. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you can, Sister Rukia, post in a group, kind of like asking people who wants to join, 2 more people to join for the first double goods, and then we're gonna have the second double good. Also, the next person, I need a volunteer. Next person to have 3 also people in that group, and then the last group also we need more 3. So almost we need like 9 people. But people can work both groups. I'm not saying like if you work with one, you should not work with the next one. I'm not saying that. If you get excited about that part, you can join the other part and add the number, because the bigger the better.
I can spearhead the groups
Okay.
and participate as often as possible. I just didn't want to exhaust the
Same
same
group, yeah.
people.
Same members,
And
yeah. I
then
agree.
oh, this is the question I wanted to ask. This general meeting, anyone can come to?
Yes. Members or no
Okay.
member, yes. As long as
Because
they have the link.
I had some people from the double goods that I said, you can come to the general meeting. And I said, let me make sure that, because I
Yes,
was
they
going to
can.
invite them today, but
Oh,
I didn't. So hmm. So what I'm going to probably do is do the double goods after the next meeting.
okay.
So I don't want to give that date right now because I'm not looking at a calendar.
No,
But
that's fine.
it
Yeah.
would be
We can do it towards the end of February, or just the beginning of
right.
March, you want? Yes.
Exactly. That
That's
that that
fine.
works for me. So everyone hearing the sound of this voice and conversation, get your list together so we can all do this together powerfully, and then we can all continue, or um, I don't know. We can all continue together, basically. Yeah.
Yes.
So by when should we try to gather? Did you say April to send it out?
Yeah, so end of April. So we are going to, especially definitely the next meeting, and in between in there, because I have to confirm my dates with the person who ships stuff to give me, like a timeline, and then we aim that. But I know for the last 5 years, we have been collecting stuff by end of April, and then mid-May, we send it to him. By end of May, they are shipped because it usually takes 6 to 8 weeks. So I'm assuming August, they are received, cleared, and then by September we have them in our hotel, so we can start sorting them out. So usually, yeah, we want to collect those items by end of April, definitely.
So now, if we do a double goods after that time,
Mhm.
how that'll be put in our suitcases to carry on with us.
Yes, yes. So
Okay.
yes. So the stuff that we do afterwards, then we usually have to separate and try to make sure that, and by that time we're gonna figure out, okay, so if maybe some of the stuff, let's say you do Amazon, so we can put maybe 2 or 3 address there. So maybe the
Yeah.
first 10 package we go to this address, the second 10 package we go to this, so we
Okay.
can
Perfect.
distribute and then make
Right.
sure everybody has the extra. Because by then we know at least a few people who are already committed to go. The names.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So that's fair. Thank you. That's my questions. I think I'm complete with my questions.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. That makes great sense. So in the group, you can add, you can put post, and then you can let people who are interested to do their double good with you. Even if we get 6, 7, 8 people, then we can distribute maybe 3 people in this group or the second group, or um, start with as many as you want to do in a group. 6, 7 people in a group. I mean, the first group, so we get as much money as we can, and then it might be the 2 programs versus only thermal regulation. Maybe it can be with something else. So we have funds for those 2 things early on. So yeah, but you get people who wants to come to join and do that project with you from the group. So then yeah, and anybody who is
Okay. So
here and
we're
wants
doing.
to volunteer, please let me know. Let your sister Kia know, and then you can join. You start communicate on the side. Sorry, what did you want to say?
Okay. So we're doing baby blankets and what else?
So the plan was at least the baby blanket, and the second one for the mannequin, and the third one is for logistic.
Okay. You said the second one was for what?
CPR.
CPR.
Mhm.
And then the third one you said.
For volunteer logistics.
Okay. Okay. Because what I'm thinking in my head, like I remember some pictures that were taken at the hospital when we were
Yes, yes,
wrapping the babies in the blanket.
yes. Yeah, we have
So
those 2
and
pictures.
some
Yeah,
pictures
you
of
guys,
the
and you were sitting with
CPR.
all these women. Yes,
Right. So I was thinking like to use those pictures to
yes,
give a clear understanding as to what the donation is for,
yes,
you know. Okay. Now, your husband and he helps to put that part together.
yes, yes, yes. So he'll
Pictures,
be able to do
and
that
then
too.
he could
Yes,
show me how to upload it and put it into the advertisement for it. So that's why I
yes,
asked. Yeah.
yeah. So
Okay.
I mean, I think that
Because
will
I
work
think a
good.
picture's worth 1,000 words. If you see a picture, you know what
True.
you're donating for,
Mm-hmm.
and it might be more of a good sell. Because if I'm saying that, QHSC is a service, an act of God. Here is the thing that you're donating for when we go out there.
True.
You know. So
Definitely.
that's something. Okay.
Yeah, and I think, yeah, even if people who are not going to medical mission, the double good fundraising is for everybody, the whole country. Like as long as you can work, and because the money are collected in one place, and then it was delivered to me to the organization, I think like 2 weeks after the fundraising. So it's a very smooth process. You don't have to do anything exciting outside. It's just the fundraising. So if you have maybe, Sister okay, like 9 people, even if maybe 9 people start with the first group, that's fine. As much as whatever we can raise, and then do again the next time.
What
So
about the Panda Express? Is no one close nearby me, but there are for other people. Is that going up too?
yes, that's one of them. That's part of the restaurant. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so the restaurant here in the California, whatever, one of them, I think here in West Palm Beach was closed. but we want people also to have different state. So you can have a restaurant which is willing to give us a percentage. Majority of the restaurant nowadays, they have it online, so you can even go and see like that. I mean, Double Good, they give 50%. And then I think the Panda Express, I think was 40%, if I'm not mistaken. And then California, I think it was like, I think 30% or something like that. So we need to
What
find.
about Chick-fil-A? Because those lines are long. People are on
So
them lines.
we need people who are willing to be able to access that and then get the communication. And then if it's nationwide, fine. If it's only one state, wherever, we can try to find the other state using the same flyer but different state for the that's fine. That's what I said for those restaurants. I mean, we need people to volunteer and spearhead that part, because I need people to go to those states and speak to the manager or director for those areas, and then let us know if you need. As I said, we have the letter, the tax deductible one.
Can you send me one of those?
I can.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, I can. And sometimes they ask you for the and if some of them, if you're like a board member, kind of like they want you to be able to talk to someone, because they will see that you're representing an organization versus an individual without any support
Right.
background. Yes. Because remember, when they're doing that part, they are not they also gonna claim that they work with a non-profit organization. They get credit for that. So
Right, of course.
by that, they want to make sure the person who is contacting them is either board members or member or executive member. So
Right.
to justify that you're working with a non-profit organization.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So anybody's gonna work with Sister Rukia? Going once? Yeah, I mean, as I said, even if you've never done this big fundraising, we can walk you through, and then there is no, I mean, most of this, they will create even the flyer for you. Like a Panda Press even create the Spanish flyer and English flyer. So you can click the button, you just translate and give whatever information you give in flyer. So you don't have to okay, I'm going to sit down and start recreating. No, we're going to work with you. And then until you get the link and start sharing everywhere else, and then just to see the donation come in. So even if you've never done before, let us know. We can work with you. We just need somebody who's going to take ownership and then run with it. And then you don't have to collect and get the money on your hand and say maybe ship it from one account. No, because all the application is done. All the letter from the organization that we share with you, you upload in there all the information and funds and feedback is going to come back to the organization. So all we just need is the spearhead and somebody who can be talking about it and share with your friends, family, neighbors, whoever you can share with. That will be fine.
Trust me, family. This was my first time doing it, and I had no idea what I was doing. And it became very streamlined, very easy. I mean, basically, I just went into my contacts, shared the message and the word to friends, gave them the link. They went in and ordered their stuff, and that was it. I had nothing else to do with it but a conversation with the people that I know. So, come join me, please, please. And if you don't have my number, it's 718-909-9952. If I don't answer, it's because I don't have your number. But if you leave me a message, I'll get back to you. Because I get a lot of spam and strange calls, so I don't answer all calls. But I would appreciate any help and support because, like I said, going back and forth to the same people, it could become non-productive. And in order for us to continue to serve and be a blessing to other people, which turns into a blessing to ourselves, we need to work together to just do these little small things that become, what's the word? Little by little?
Haba na haba.
Abba Nahaba. So let's Abba Nahaba together.
Yeah, so their full proverb is haba na haba, hujaza kibaba. So little by little, and then you build and put everything together. So the second part we put in English, you said haba na haba, building a better world. So whatever we're doing, it's going to enrich the whole world.
Okay. Haba
Yes.
Nahaba.
So haba na haba, yeah?
Building
Yes.
a better world together.
Yes.
QHSC, let's go.
Yes. Exactly. Yes. Okay. As I said, you can respond it to Sister Rukia, or you can respond it in a group, or you can send a message to me, and then I will share it back to Sister Rukia if you are interested, because we need at least like 9 people. So if everybody knows 20% of that group, within 9 people, it's going to be a great um, reach. And then so we can raise as much money as we can. We have those 3 calls for that event, definitely. So then people can do other fundraising for different groups and other fundraising for the organization. But for this time, and for the double good, we definitely need those 3 things. For the CPR, so we can, when we go to Tanzania, we can do hands-on CPR with people. We all know that CPR saves lives. And also CPR, also for here community, we do need to have the mannequin and stuff. So it's included in there. So once we raise that money, then the same group is going to sit down and say, okay, this goes here, this goes here, this goes here, to make sure we get enough for those 3 projects, and then share the stuff. Yeah.
Also, the popcorn is really very good. I had never tasted before doing this project, but the popcorn is very good. So just wanted to add that.
Yes. Thank you. And a lot of people, a lot of kids loves popcorn. So if you know the school or whatever, kids can buy those popcorn. I mean, the parents can buy for their kids. That would be great.
Mhm.
Okay. Any other comment, questions before I give you back your Saturday? Miss, so the Kathy, Miss Roslyn, anything?
No, not off the top of my head. I've just made notes of everything you said. I think it was a productive meeting, particularly after we got past the echoing.
I I don't
We're
understand
good.
what I need to ask him. Zoom. I'm going to ask them what exactly is going on. Maybe there's something else because I don't understand. I'm not doing
It's good.
anything. It's just echoing. I don't understand. But yes, thank you.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So any do you have any ideas of the fundraising, or you want to join Sister Kia, or you have a different um fundraising plan?
As of right now, I have no other fundraising ideas, and I
Okay.
probably will join my sister Rikia.
Okay. Cool. Miss Kathy, okay.
Yes. Yep.
Any other fundraising plans or
No, well, I just have a couple ideas that
okay.
I'll think about and let everybody know.
Okay.
And you're talking about for the main group, aren't you right now? Or are you talking about the mission?
Both.
Oh, okay. Well, I have ideas for both.
Okay.
So I will let when I come up with a more concrete item, I will throw it out to the group.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
And you are right. I'm still a CPR instructor, and I'm also ACLS and PALS. So
Nice.
not that we're going to run all of that over there, but
We tried.
it's just for the group to know for sure. You never know when something will happen. I was working not the ER a couple days, well, about a week ago. I was actually working in ambulatory surgery, which is not where critical things happen.
Yeah.
And we had a patient's spouse just stand up and fall down and hit his head, and he went into cardiac arrest.
Oh
Like,
my goodness.
and we started, it was started from the basics, and I just happened to be there, which all the nurses there aren't used to emergency work. So just to know it works, we went from multiple VFib, or just good CPR. Good CPR is the number one thing,
Yes.
and multiple defibrillations. I did tons. And like he went from VFib into a junctional, and we got him into something that we could keep a pulse, and got him transferred out to a higher level of care, and he is going home from the hospital
Oh,
today,
bless God.
which is, you don't usually get somebody that goes from VFib to walking home.
Wow.
So I'm excited, and it started out with the basics, flat out basics there.
What a blessing. What a blessing for you to be there, definitely.
Oh, I was so happy, and I got to talk to his wife, and she was, so happy with us. But it just shows you that the basic stuff works, and if without the other stuff, like the defibrillation, he wouldn't have made it.
Yeah. And that's why we want to make sure you're gonna work with Bree. So when you go to Tanzania, yes, we do almost 3 levels. So the community outreach CPR we do also with the children in school. Just the
Okay, perfect.
basic, like early identification, call for
Yes.
help. They don't have 911, so we always have to add other things that they can do while they're waiting if somebody will.
Right.
So then the second part is just a pure basic in the healthcare. So anybody in the healthcare, yes. And then the second part is that's now the acute, the ACLS part. That's what Bree had to do, the EKG, and Dr. Sambichaka had
Right.
to do the EKG because we needed that part for the ICU and emergency because they needed to know that part. So running the defibrillator and all the stuff. Luckily, one of the hospital had a defibrillator, so we were like jumping up and down. To do that part. So it's all those 3 levels. And that's why I said we realized that we do need to give them the theory. So
Yes.
yes, giving just a CPR for a healthcare person who is working in the emergency room or the ICU, it's not enough because
No.
they're going to get people with that. And then of course for them, the biggest challenge is the early identification. Somebody
Yes.
pass out, somebody stop breathing at home, they carry them from the Bajaji to bring them to the hospital. It takes a long time. So we don't know how long they've been down. When
Right.
you get there, how do we start? And then so there's a lot of debate going back and forth. And that's why we're like, let's know the theory behind it. Why do you think the heart stop? What are the things that you need to address that quickly before you do all those other stuff? So there's a lot of work
Perfect.
to do.
Perfect. I definitely like to help with that.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, when Bree started setting up a few days, and then you probably might be in the group of the CPR, so then you can be able to help with that part.
Okay.
We need that. Yes. Okay. I don't know if she's able to.
Well, since Marlene is not talking, it's Katie again.
Okay, go ahead.
So I would probably be interested in teaching something on stroke for community or whatever. You knew you were going to rope me in for that.
I was getting the.
I know, I got it. So we'll figure that kind of stuff out too. I'm on the website under, where am I? I guess the gift shop where it has all of the links for the Amazon wish list. Are all those the same? Are those the correct links?
Yes, so those are just general for each group. They're correct links, yes.
Okay, awesome. Because I think that's a good way to just send people there, so they know how to do that and all too. So I just wanted to double check that those were all where we go for all of that too.
Yes. So those are the links specific for each project, yes.
Okay.
Because some people are attached with the thermoregulation, some people are attached with vents, some people are attached with, whatever. So.
Okay, that sounds awesome. So we'll be in touch.
Yes, I knew for stroke when I was getting to you, we have Dr. Smith also is one of the doctors who works with stroke, and she's going to be working on the training. So I will definitely add you to the link, and then you see what is going on. We have 2 providers from Tanzania who are already working with stroke.
Okay, awesome. Very good.
Good. Okay, Miss Valentine, I think.
Well, so are we going to create a new link for just stroke, or are we going to have stroke added on to something else, to another Amazon wish list?
Oh, no, stroke she's talking about teaching.
Okay.
Online teaching.
Okay, so we won't need anything to support that?
We will probably, once we have in a group, they will see if supplies wise, yes, if there's something that we need to do, yes, we can add that. But right now, there's nothing for stroke. We can create afterwards, we speak to them. If they identify things that we may need for patients with stroke, because I think Dr. Smith is going with us. So definitely we're going to add another link if it's the specific supply for stroke, yes.
Okay. Well, that was my only question.
Yeah, we are still working on the OB. That's your baby, I know.
Yes.
Yes. We need OB emergencies response in postpartum hemorrhage and all the fun stuff. So yeah. Thank you so much for coming, Miss Marlene. We appreciate it. I can catch up with you after the Zoom. Miss Mary, do you want to say hi? Hi.
Yes, looking forward to see you next September. You are so welcome.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so Miss Mary is in Tanzania right now, and then so usually when we go to the medical mission, she comes and join us, and she'll be one of the translators. So I know. Oh, there is Miss Marine. Oh, you're muted still. Oh. So, guys, I'm gonna give you back your Saturday. Thank you so much. We'll have this meeting record. I mean, it is recorded. We're gonna send the link in the group. So if you miss a part of the meeting, you can go and review that part. But I thank you for coming and I thank you for volunteering. So this organization is for everybody to work together. Without you, we can't run this organization. And I thank you for your time and dedication to help others. And wish you all the blessing. Be blessing. Have your Saturday back, and may God continue blessing you every day. Kwaheri.
All right.
Good Saturday to everybody.
Yes,
Happy
everyone.
Saturday.
Enjoy the weekend. Thank you.
Bye all.
Bye.
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 Dr. Gabone, QH.